In large parts of Sydney, the streets are now off limits at night. Around 2 million people have been ordered to stay home from 9 in the evening until 5 in the morning. The curfew covers areas of Sydney most affected by the latest outbreak of the COVID-19 Delta variant. Anyone caught violating it could be fined and ordered to isolate for 14 days. But as the new restrictions were coming in, the leader of New South Wales was already talking about easing some for people who are fully vaccinated. That's now around 30% of the state's population.
Obviously, our first and foremost priority is to protect human life and to live as freely as possible while we do that. But we also have to accept that there's been no state or nation on the planet that's escaped the Delta strain, that's escaped having cases, and we just have to be real about that.
But the handling of the situation by New South Wales has increased tension with the leaders of other states. They say the virus must be suppressed before lockdowns can be relaxed. Sydney was slow to impose restrictions at the start of the outbreak, leading to cases in other Australian cities and New Zealand. New Zealand has one of the lowest infection rates in the world, but like Australia, it also has a low vaccination rate, which is partly why the government says it'll continue with its strategy of trying to eliminate the virus, while speeding up vaccinations before beginning to open its borders early next year. In response to New Zealand's first positive cases in 6 months, Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern ordered a nationwide lockdown. It was introduced last week and has already been extended until at least Friday. In the largest city, Auckland, it's been extended until the end of the month. It's a tough time for businesses like fledgling events company Red Herring. But polling suggests there is public support for the government's strategy of short, sharp lockdowns.
We've just had a crazy amount of time that we've had no COVID in this country, which has allowed for us to run our events, to have mass gatherings and stuff like that. So although right now it's not ideal, we just know that if you do just wait for it to get stamped out, it's worth it in the long run.
With cases rising each day, the prospect of having those mass gatherings anytime soon seems a long way away. But the government believes if the latest lockdown is working, the numbers could begin falling in the next few days. Wayne Hay, Al Jazeera, Tauranga, New Zealand.